Welcome back to Joy News Desk. Thanks for staying with us. Our IT consultant, Kobe Spiky in Chroma, is here with us for us to have some tech talk. But we'll start with some disturbing news. Tumblr has been taken off the App Store for child pornography. Kobe, I have Tumblr on my phone. How did this happen?
So, I personally blame Tumblr. They were relying on a database to match content to make sure that it was not, infringing on the community guideline policy. When others are using artificial intelligence and human, intervention, you've decided to go with a database. What happens when you don't have a reference file in the database? Then it doesn't.
Okay. I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay. So if you have a database, it means that you have a store of already existing content or similar content that you compare with ones that people are uploading to your platform.
Okay.
So what happens when you don't have an example of that content that someone is uploading?
Oh.
Then it doesn't match.
That means that unless what I'm uploading matches something that is
it's
there.
already in the database, it gets to pass.
Oh, okay.
And I experienced is that, there's age filtering technology on Tumblr, but some way, somehow, some content seem to make it through because obviously they don't connect with a database, they don't match
because
with something
there isn't something there already
exactly.
that... Oh.
Google and the others, they're using artificial intelligence, machine learning, so over time, it studies images, it studies videos, and it can tell that this is child pornography, I will not let it go. But if you're relying on a database, and Apple is very strict on apps that go on their app store, so they make sure that it conforms with their guidelines. If not, it goes down, no matter how big you are. Even Facebook, if it gets to a point where Facebook ends up having some content that goes against Apple's guidelines, they will drop the app.
Can you walk us through what exactly happened for Apple to take them off the App Store?
So, CNET discovered that Tumblr was off. And so they did their own research. Tumblr did not confirm that it was child pornography, neither did Apple. But then, based on some background checks that they did, they realized that, okay, so apparently some child pornography had made it through the checks and balances that Tumblr put in place. And unfortunately for them, it cost them a lot of trouble. Some countries have banned Tumblr because of adult content that it has on its platform. It's a blog that allows you to express yourself. And people just decide that, you know what, I want to express my sexuality. And then they put it on there. And not every country likes that. So Tumblr is not allowed in certain countries. And now they've been dropped from the App Store.
Let's talk about the iPhone X now. I thought that was Apple's X. They have started production again.
Yes, that was Apple's X. I like how you played with that. But unfortunately, the XS could not make up for the X in sales.
They didn't have enough excess.
Yes, they're not making excess money. The XS Max is also not maxing out their profits, so they have to bring back their X.
The Apple is going bad. Okay, so let's talk about what's really happening. So when did this happen? When did the production start again?
So the moment Apple released the XS, actually the 10s and then the 10s Max, as they like to call it, they stopped production of the 10. But then they realized that they're not making sales on the 10s and the 10s Max. A couple of weeks ago, I spoke about them deciding that they're not going to even disclose how many phones they're selling anymore because they feel that it's not important. But hey, it is important. If you're bringing back your X, it means that your current is not really doing that well. And they had a deal with Samsung. Samsung manufactures their screens. So they had a deal with Samsung on how many devices they should produce, how many screens. And now they have that production. They have to meet that production. And the 10 is cheaper to produce. So they're going to have to start bringing those back in to make up for it. The budget model that they brought, the 10R, the XR, was supposed to help them cater to those who did not have the $1,000 and above. Unfortunately, people are not buying that. They're rather going for the old iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. I personally have recommended the 10 to people who wanted to buy the 10R because I personally did not see the relevance of the 10R. But I'm glad they're bringing the 10 back. It's a great phone. It's still a very good phone. They shouldn't have brought a 10R. They should have.
What do you think it means for Apple sales going forward? I mean, Samsung is still a huge. Still has a huge market out there, particularly in Asia and Africa. And Apple has always been criticized of being too rigid. Do you think that may change going forward?
I think they are beginning to change. With the new iPad Pro that they launched, they moved from their proprietary connector, the Lightning, to the USB-C. which is actually meaning that they are now embracing global standards. So if it turns out that Apple begins to embrace these global standards and they start to mirror this on all their devices, they could appeal to some people who are on the other side of the divide.
Okay, thanks, Kobe. We are going to move on, and some Chinese are furious over alleged racist Dolce and Gabbana comments on Instagram. What were those comments?
So one of the models, Dolce and Gabbana, were going to have a fashion show in China, and one of the models made a complaint about the ad that they were running. And as you can see from the images on the screen, Stefan Gabbana was not exactly cool with his comments. He was a bit harsh and said, why does she think that the video was racist? They eat with chopsticks. They eat dogs. So to him, it wasn't racist. But she's like, it is racist. We don't go around always eating with chopsticks. It's when it is needed that we eat with chopsticks. So it became a banter. And unfortunately for him, she screenshot it and shared it. And now everyone is boycotting Dolce and Gabbana in China. And then it's become a firestorm, as they like to put it. The Chinese are very upset. I personally, reading the messages that Stefan Gabbana sent, I wasn't really impressed. I'm like, it gets to that point when some of these people...
You see the final one where he says, why do you think it's racist?
That video.
Why you think it's racist, that video? You think we are stupid to come in China and post a wrong video? It's a tribute. So he
feels that they've done them a favor.
He feels there's nothing really wrong with what's happening. So,
which is very bad.
Well, you may want to look for the comments, read yourself, and make up your mind if you wear Dolce and Gabbana. I don't think I have any on now. So Google may soon allow you to comment on search results. Comment on search results?
Yeah.
Kobe, what does that mean?
When you go to Google and search for Daniel Dadzie, results come up. So if I see a certain, say, search result that I want to comment on, say, this is not Daniel Dadzie, I can just go and comment on it and say that image is not Daniel Dadzie of Joy FM. And people can like or dislike. And
how do I see the comments?
So it will give you an option for you to click on more. When you click on more, it gives you a drop, and then you can choose to see those comments. And you can actually add your comments too. It's good. I think Google wants to make the search more interactive. I just hope it doesn't become cluttered. They haven't rolled it out yet, but they've just detailed it in the help. It will be good because then it will help battle fake news. Imagine if you search for something
and someone comments that the news is fake.
You don't have to open the link.
No, I think I'm just thinking through how it would work. But Samsung is working on Samsung Galaxy S10 with 5G and 6 cameras.
Yes.
Where will those cameras even go?
6 cameras.
Okay, so fine.
What would you call that? A hexa camera?
I have no idea.
So 4 cameras on the back, 2 cameras on the front. Currently we have 2 cameras on the back and then 1 on the front.
Yes.
The Huawei Mate 20 came with 4 on the back. They basically, actually 3 on the back. They basically want to give you everything in the camera. Telephoto lens, monochrome lens, ordinary lens, and I'm thinking they might want to put something else that they're not saying. The A9 that they released quite recently had 4 cameras on the back. It looked weird, but it was actually, the mid-range phones, i.e. the A series, are what they use to test technologies. So the fact that it's going to come to the S10 means that they've passed it out on the A series and it was liked. It's not all the S series that are going to come with the 6 cameras. There are rumors that they're going to come with 3 models. There's going to be the high end, the mid range, and then the low tier. So some may come with just 3 cameras, 2 and 1. Some may come with 4, 2 and 2, and then the high end will come with a 6.
Well, I can't wait to see that.
We haven't even exhausted 4G.
No, that for me doesn't matter because we don't have 5G technology in Ghana.
But in America.
Yes, but we have viewers all over Europe watching us. So enjoy the 5G when it comes. But if you've been paying attention to a lot of the adverts on traditional and social media, you may have seen, read, or heard about Black Friday sales. So what is Black Friday, and how did it start? Watch this video, courtesy CNN Business.
Black Friday. Sounds kind of scary. And it was. Black Friday first referred to the collapse of the U.S. gold market in 1869. A century later, Philadelphia police used Black Friday to describe chaos and congestion. Downtown streets were clogged with hordes of shoppers headed to the big department stores. Retailers hated the term, but then tried to reinvent it. It was the day their profits went from red to black. So they said. Black Friday really started catching on in the 80s and 90s, pushed by the growth of big box stores. Today, it's all about bargains, and Black Friday's dark roots are for the history books. Black Friday.
Now, you know about the history of Black Friday. This year's is today. But there are some people taking advantage of the day to scam innocent and ignorant people. We don't want you to be a victim, so Kobe will be sharing with us some tips on how to spot a Black Friday scam. Kobe.
Yeah. So usually this is quite difficult because on Black Friday everybody gives discounts. So everyone is out there looking for discounts. And usually what we tell people is if it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. But on Black Friday, anything that is too good to be true is actually possibly true. Because discounts everywhere. 12 midnight, I was already at the mall. Some shops were giving discounts at 12 midnight. Yeah.
I need to head over after the show.
You should. So basically, don't go to sites that you don't trust. Don't click on banners or links that you've never heard of before. You see a site that comes with some weird name you've never seen before. Don't go there going to look for certain bonuses or discounts that's actually very be too good, like something like 99% discounts. It could be true, but if you don't know it, don't go there. Don't download any app that you don't trust. Read the reviews or ask a techie friend or ask your techie's techie friend, and they could give you advice on getting the best deals on Black Friday. Black Friday is for techies though. I know everybody wants to get in on it.
People don't have monopoly on Black Friday. Okay, let's end on a nostalgic and futuristic note. On July 19, 2019, Disney will be releasing the remake of the much loved Lion King movie 25 years after it was first released. Take a look at this.
Everything the light touches is our kingdom. But a king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun. One day, the sun will set on my time here and will rise with you as the new king.
This is one day I wish I was just at home watching this. This is amazing. Kobe, what really is the difference?
A lot of money, first of all.
I know.
CGI is not cheap.
Not at all. If you look at the definition, you know that
it looks so real.
Oh,
and I don't blame them. This generation have grown to see, Iron Man, Batman. When we were young, our Iron Mans and our Batman literally couldn't move his neck because his costume was so stiff. But now, with the age of computer-generated images, CGI, we are able to bring certain characters to life. And that's what they've done with Lion King. I'm imagining my parents' time when they were watching, did they watch any of these? Or they were listening to the radio when someone was actually narrating this. So imagine our children's next generation.
Are you that old, Kobe?
No, I'm not that old.
All right, Kobe Spiking, thank you so much for being as the latest in tech, Charlie.
Boom.
Loved it. All right, so this is still Joy News Desk. I'm going to hand you over to Sandra Esenam Apenu. She has the latest in business. Now you know the history of Black Friday, and we've told you about how to avoid being scammed, so please be safe out there. We'll be back after business with sports. Please stay.